This is, welcome. Thank you for being here. This is a trifold pouch that at the end of my last video, I showed a sneak peek of what I was going to finish next. In the meantime, so this is I know that Roxy's Journal of Stitchery had a trifold pouch prompt. I am really behind, I'm months behind on there, so I'm not working on their current prompt at the moment, but this is a clutch for a girlfriend, for a girlfriend's birthday. So it's gonna be like this. You open it up, and I've cut that off a vintage textile. I've got a little label here that I'm about to stitch on. This was a very simple doily, and I have cut I've cut the crocheted edging off another piece. I've often, I've cut that for patchwork. Actually, some of these beautiful things that I'm working on a quilt have come out of pieces like this. But I still, see, I've taken that, but I still always keep these and I'll use them for something. And that's come off one that I've used for something else. So I've just made this simple trifold, put this on, made these yo-yos, cut this off an old embroidery, and lined it with a beautiful orange felt lining. So that is the elements. I am going to stitch this on. I'm going to stitch that together, this on, and then I will come back to you to put it together, because I've got to then cut around here and attach it to here. But to do that, I've got to do this bit first. So I will be back when I've done that. Okay, I'm back. I've stitched that down. Too easy. And I have stitched this beautiful, I didn't make this bit of crochet, by the way, just disclaimer there. That is one of the things I would love to be able to make in crochet, and I'm actually going back to my teacher, hopefully. So that's the front. That's going to be that little bit done. Now I'm going to sit here and do this with you guys. I am going back to my teacher, hopefully in September. So I'm going to, straight lines and circles and things I can do, but that I don't know if I could follow that pattern yet. So anyway, that is on the cards for later in the year when she resumes her teaching. Just amazing local teacher. Spilled water, and so what I'm just gonna stitch with you guys, see how this goes. Is this? It's a beautiful day here today, beautiful winter's day. It's probably about 12 degrees, but there's no wind, and it's beautiful and sunny. So I thought it's been lovely, actually. Really nice, not a puff of wind, which makes such a difference when you live in a cold place. So this wool, this beautiful wool that I use for everything, again, is that wonderful Australian company, oh that's the kids, called Little Woolly, and they're in South Australia, and they have an array, they stock the most amazing fibre artists, dyers from all over the world. So there's a dye that comes out of Cork in Ireland. There's one that I really like, she's called Hedgehog Fibres. There is another one out of New York, and I think her company's called Spun Right Round, and little woolly stocks, both of those. So I encourage you to check them out if you haven't already. It's really worth it. And I'm really hoping that it will get finished today, because I've got so many more to do, and I've got a quilt that I have started cutting out, which who knew that would take so long. And I'm changing the pattern around, which is it's going to be such a rookie error, but of this pattern, because to me it's a bit too they call it what's it called when you I can't think, scrappy cut. It's a scrappy quilt, which means you just, you don't have placed pieces, so you put any types of fabrics next to each other, but my brain won't cope with that, my little OCD brain, and that to me would just ruin it. So while I like looking at other people's work like that, my brain won't let me do it. So I've changed it around a little bit because it is too random for me, and because I'm so obsessed with colors and how they go together, I'm changing around a little bit. So I've had to really and maths is not my strong suit, but I have had to do quite a bit of maths on, instead of it just saying like cut 64 or cut 130 of these, specific pieces, I've changed them. So I've got to be really careful with the maths. So it's been challenging, interesting. And we are going away on a family holiday next week, in a week from now. And I would like to take all of the pieces, or as many as I can, because obviously I'm not going to hand quilt an entire thing in a week, but my goal is, and I'll show you that at the end of this video, I just did a little French knot. I hope that's my goal is to be able to take that with me and just be able to do some of the piecing while I'm away. And I think that'd be a good thing on holidays, and I'll just take it in, a plastic bucket like I do. The S's are going to be a bit tricky, aren't they? So I've been cutting out, so that's what I've been doing. I've been cutting out little tiny pieces of so many things. Like I showed you these, a part of it. These, I think this might be Tula Pink, I think it is. But yeah, hundreds of pieces for that. I've also, I'm going to show you a photo actually, because I went a bit mad on vintage blankets because I've got a lovely supplier, and I have started making a quilt coat, which I'm hoping to get a lot more progress made on that tomorrow. The boys are at school, and I've actually earmarked a little bit of time to work on that, because I'd love to wear it away. And it should technically, it was just sitting next to me, where did I put it? Bugger. Oh well. It should not take actually too much longer, I'm thinking. So, and then once I've got the hang of how to do those, man, that's gonna be great. I didn't actually want blue. There's no blue. Bum. There's no blue. Oh well, anyway. You can't have everything. See, if I had more time, I would probably unpick that blue and bring it forward to the green, but you know what, sometimes if you do that, nothing gets done. It's just got to be a case of near enough is good enough. It's a tag on the inside of a bag. It's not the outside. Okay, here it is. So I thought I'd show you, pardon me, stitched this on last night. The lighting wasn't great, so I just waited until this morning. Went around and appliqued this, so as much as I could, making it invisible, those needle turn applique, little bits of fluff. I put in a snap. I finished the Missy on there, and I've gone around then and cut down all around the edge, and same thing, just done a trying to do an invisible tacking stitch onto that. So that is the pouch done, and what I'm going to do now is just go along and fold it, and I'm going to stitch the edges, these little crocheted edges down, probably, yeah, just where that yellow stitching is, just invisible, up the sides there to there, and then that will be, and I know it's not perfect there, but you know what, sometimes things aren't exactly perfect, and I'm okay with that, because you know why, if I move that little, and the press stud's fine, I use the beautiful wool, you know, that I love using. I know that when you open it, it's not in the center, and if I did that and I unpicked it, I'm never going to get onto my blanket. I'm never going to be able to finish cutting out the pieces for my quilt that I want to take away with me, and you know, I've only got 7 days to get that happening. I really want to finish the quilt jacket today and show you, and then start actually putting some needle turn applique on that, some patchwork on the back and on the elbows, so that you know, that is more important, and something finished, and something that, you know, no one will ever know. I know that, no one else will know that. So I will show you that when it's done, and then it is the very end, and it's another thing completed, and it feels lovely. And you know what, she will love it. She's not a sewer. She's not going to go, oh my god, that's off by, you know, in the middle it would have looked really nicer, much nicer, really nicer, good one Missy, if that was, you know, if that was there in the center. She's not going to say that. She's just going to go, oh my god, this is amazing, I couldn't do this, you know. So that's what we do as makers. You sometimes, you know, it's good enough, and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy with the way it turned out, and it looks like the vision that I had for it. And it's a beautiful old piece of textile that no one's putting perfume bottles and, you know, powders and things on these, on their dresses anymore, and their, you know, brushes and their you know, nail files, you know, that they don't, that's not how we use them anymore. So it has been saved from sitting in a dusty op shop, and it has a beautiful new home where it will be used and treasured and loved, and you know, it's been reclaimed for a reason. It was supposed to be, and it's her colors, so you know, I'm sure she'll be really happy with it, and that's, you know, I'm happy that I was able to do that for her. I'll be back. And she's done, and my friend will love her. I know it's her colors, super practical, everything's reused, repurposed, and that's her. So I hope you love that, one little trifold pouch piece, and stay tuned.